So, hey guys, I want to welcome you to our first Essential Oils 101 Getting to Know the Basics. So, usually I like to host classes in person, but as we all know, of course, due to COVID 19, I cannot have a gathering, or nor can we gather with each other. So it makes it a little bit difficult for you guys to have a chance to open up the bottles of the oils and to smell the oils and things like that. So I decided to host a virtual Facebook class just to give you guys some information. So it should take us about an hour tonight. And if there's any questions or comments that you have along the way, please put them in the feed. I may not answer them right away. I may answer them after the class is over, but definitely put any questions that you may have in the comments, and then I will definitely get back to you. So I wanted to start the class off. I always carry usually my iPad or my notes with me. So I want to make sure that I cover everything with you. So I do want to welcome and thank you for coming to the virtual online class for Essential Oils 101 and getting to know the basics. So we know so much now about toxics and chemicals in our products, and especially in the environment. And I know for myself personally, I'm always wanting to do better for myself, and especially for our family. And I'm sure you guys are the same way. So my intention tonight is to leave you here educated on what essential oils are and how to use them, how to safely use them. And then we're going to cover the top 10 is what we usually cover. Most essential oils used in every family home. But I'm also going to cover two extras as well, which have become very, very popular in doTERRA. So with that information, I want you to know that it doesn't really have to be complicated. It's going to feel like it's going to be an overload of information that I'm going to be giving to you. So I'm not expecting you to learn it all in one night or to know the answers to everything. It's always a learning game when it comes to essential oils. So I do want to, if you saw my post earlier, I wanted you to grab a pen and a piece of paper. So usually when I host an in-person class, I get them and I want to challenge them to think about one area in their life that they really want to change. So I want you to write down on a piece of paper, or you can comment in the comments below if you're joining us. I will answer those questions after, and I may send you a personal message as well. So a couple of things that I want to challenge you with are to think about is maybe it's you want to challenge or things that you want to change. So things that you are saying to yourself, I think I really need to change this in my life. I need to change this in my family's routine. Maybe it's something that's in your cleaning products. Maybe it's a health concern that you have, or a health concern that maybe you have dealt with some time. Maybe it's the mood management that you're going through. So different moods, mood swings, stress reduction. I'm sure everybody's going through their own phases of stress, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. Is it fighting fatigue? I know a lot of us are always looking ways to help find ways to promote sleep and to get a restful night's sleep. Or maybe it's reducing the chemicals to reduce like the scents that you're using in the home. So like the spray, aerosol things, the plugins that you're putting in your home, any type of scents that you may be using in your home. And I want you just to choose one thing. So just one thing out of that list that you make. And I want you to focus on that one area. So say if you write down 10 items, I want you to take out of that list of 10, and I want you to circle just one area that you want to focus on. And that's where it's going to get less complicated. So we can start with that one area and then kind of go from there. So once you choose that one thing to focus, I want you to hold on to that idea. And if you're going to put that in the comments, then I will talk about that with you a little bit later. Oils can help with so much in general. But we have found when we try to change everything at once, it can become very overwhelming. So, trying to change your cleaning products, trying to change your sleep, trying to change fatigue, stress, having to try to change everything at once can become very, very complicated. And sometimes when it comes to that, then people are just going to want to give up and say, you know what, I tried, we're done, it's too frustrating for me. And then we kind of move on. If you really want to know how I came to use essential oils, we started back in April of 2017. We had some issues with our children sleeping, and we tried everything. We also had some eczema skin issues with our son Owen, and we went to the doctor, and she had mentioned actually putting like a lavender plant in Livia's room. At that age, I didn't feel comfortable putting a plant in a child's room. So then I reached out to my husband's aunt, who gave me one sample of lavender and a diffuser to try. And that's where I started. I started with one bottle of lavender and one diffuser, and then I focused on that one area, and then I just started changing everything in my house from there on in. So then I started, okay, if this can work here, what else can we change? Then we focused on the next area, and therefore it just kind of continued on from there. So that's one thing that I want you guys to focus on, is just one area. So the first topic that I want to talk to you about is, what are essential oils? So a lot of people, there's so much that are out on the market today. And a lot of people are probably like, what are these things? Like, what are they? So you've probably, again, heard of essential oils. But did you know that they're actually all around us? Not a lot of people know that. A lot of people are like, yeah, it's just in a tiny bottle that I see in like a store, or I buy it online, or, I really don't know much about them. They can actually be found in everyday products that you use. So like perfumes and shampoos, they can flavor candy, toothpaste. They could be even hidden in the zest of lemons, the needles of pine trees, and the petals of the roses. So essential oils are the essence of a plant, and are distilled into a usable oil. So that's basically what an essential oil is. Scientifically, essential oils are mixtures of natural chemicals that give plants their scents. So we call those chemical molecules volatile aromatic compounds. So volatile compounds are small organic molecules with distinct smells that easily change from a solid to a liquid state to a gas at room temperature. So this ability to quickly change to a gas gives an essential oil its powerful scent. So when a bottle is opened, you instantly get that smell. So when you open up a bottle of peppermint, it doesn't take a while to smell the bottle of peppermint, and you don't have to inhale it a lot of times to get the smell. As soon as you open up the bottle, you can smell the peppermint. And it happens immediately. So thanks to the quick moving molecules reaching your nose. So that's basically what essential oils are. Where do essential oils come from? So essential oils are extracted, like I said, from plants, but not every plant produces an essential oil. And I think that that's where a lot of people can kind of get their misinformation. So out of an enormous number of plants of the species on Earth, fewer than 5% are actually known to do this part, which I think is fantastic. It actually takes a lot of energy for a plant to actually produce essential oils. So if you kind of look at, we'll say there's about aromatic plants, there's about 17,500. Out of that, about 3,000 could be doing the essential oils. And out of that 3,000, about 300 will be transformed into like a therapeutic essential oil or commercial grade. So that kind of gives you a little bit of scientific background into what essential oils are. Why would you choose doTERRA over any other essential oil company that's out there? Because there are so many essential oil companies and they are not regulated by the government. We want to make sure that when you're choosing a company and when you're doing your research of your company, that you do have the right information that's presented to you. So I'll just give you a little bit of information about doTERRA as a company itself. So in 2008, a group of executives saw a need for the best naturally sourced essential oils, but it wasn't there. So this company was made. So when choosing an essential oil, like I said, you want to ensure that they're able to deliver on their promise, have the highest quality of the type of an essential oil, so free of contaminants, any fillers, any pesticides, any chemical residues, GMOs, or any synthetics, or any altered when it's altered at all. You want to make sure that the purity and the potency, so very, very important when you're using them on yourself. Potency comes from plants grown and harvested in their own natural environment. And we will get into that because I will, when I'm introducing the top 10 to you, I will tell you exactly where those plants actually grow and where they are coming from. So you want to make sure that you're having the highest concentration of the constituents that are getting the best results for you. doTERRA as a company as well travels the world. So they travel the world to find the best places to produce the best oil possible. So they are sourced currently from 43 countries, 26 of them, which are developing or third world countries. They go through vigorous, and I mean vigorous testing. So there's 7 levels of testing, including third-party testing. They have their co-impact sourcing. And this has a really big, huge global impact with their global impact sourcing. So, and that's a whole topic in itself that we can kind of get into. So that's basically what essential oils are. Why would you choose a company like doTERRA? I do want to get into the fact as well that certain essential oils, which we will get into before I explain the ways that you can use them, certain oils have a really photosensitivity to them, so which are a lot of our citrus oils. So keeping in mind with a lot of our citrus oils, when exposing them to your skin and to any UV light, so like a tanning bed from the actual sun itself, when the chemicals are presented on the skin and exposed to the UV light, a chemical reaction can take place. So thus resulting in a sunburn, a discoloration, or even blistering of the skin. So we tell people when they, as much as it's, fantastic to smell and to love a sweet citrus in the summer and apply it on you, it's better to play it safe and only apply any of the citrusy oils to your skin at night. So this is just when you're applying it topically, or when you at least know that you're not going into the sunlight for at least 12 hours. So that would apply to any of our citrusy oil. So how to use these essential oils. So there are three main ways to use essential oils. You can inhale them aromatically, you can apply them topically, or you can take them internally. So I'm going to go over each section with you and explain them. So using essential oils aromatically, if you kind of notice behind me, I have a diffuser going. So this is one of our diffusers. I have Adaptive Calming Blend essential oil that's diffusing in there right now. So this is one of the ways that you can actually use essential oils aromatically is through a diffuser. You can also open up a bottle So I have a bottle of peppermint right here. And if I were to open up the bottle and just pass it just under my nose and inhale it, I'm also getting that essential oil aromatically as well. I can also take, like I said, peppermint, and I'm just putting 2 drops in the palms of my hands like this. And I can do a cup formation and just inhale, take deep breaths. I kind of leave it slightly from away from my eyes and my nose, just to inhale that. And like I said, you can use or add drops to your diffuser, which you see I have a diffuser on the back as well. So these are just some ways that you can experience just the basic of using essential oils through your diffuser and through aromatically. Again, the possibilities are endless when it comes to this. Another popular way for people to use it is adding 1 to 3 drops to a bowl of hot water and to place a towel over their head. So they close their eyes and inhale the steam. Or again, they can add it to a diffuser. They can add it to a diffuser necklace or bracelet, or aromatherapy bracelets as well as needed. Another way to use essential oils is to apply it topically. So when used correctly, essential oils can be extremely beneficial to your skin. So it can soothing your body and useful for any massages and overall bodily support. And I'm sure you probably know, if you don't know, your skin is actually your largest organ. So because essential oils are lightweight, they absorb into the skin through your hair shafts and your pores. So it's distributed through the body by the way of the bloodstream. So while some of the oil makes its way through the bloodstream, a part of it also gets absorbed into the deepest layer of your skin as well. So because of this, you can experience benefits from the topical use of an essential oil in the applied area, potentially throughout your whole entire body. So one way that I really like to use it topically, I have roller balls that I dilute my essential oil in. I also like to apply it through some body cream. So I would mix it with some body cream. I will also apply essential oils diluted at the bottoms of my feet as well. But topication, when you're applying it topically, the application is really, really simple. So topical application, like I said, apply the essential oil directly to the area you want to support. So while there are many areas of the body to apply essential oils topically, certain ones react especially well to topical application. So to promote relaxation and sensation of concentration, you would apply it to like your temples, your forehead, or the base of your skull. So for example, if I'm having like a, head tension, headache, I would take out my peppermint essential oil and I would dilute it and probably put it at the base of my skull here. Just kind of go across my forehead right here, or just kind of rub it into my temples. I still have some peppermint on here, so I'm just rubbing it here on the back of my neck. You can apply and massage it into the chest to promote sense of clear breathing. One thing to remember for extremely potent oils, and to leverage reflex points on the feet, dilute and apply to the bottoms of your feet. So that would be a potent oil would be something like oregano. But really, these are just the basics. So again, there are many more ways to enjoy these benefits. You can apply to your abdomen clockwise circular motion to help relieve any digestive discomfort. Dilute in a carrier oil applied to a lower abdomen as soothing massage during the women's monthly. In hot weather, you can apply a cooling oil to the shoulders, to the back of the neck, and even to the tips of your ears. You can massage into like your arms, your legs, and back to soothe the body after physical activity. You can add 5 to 10 drops to some Epsom salts, like a couple of Epsom salts, and then throw it into a nice hot bath for yourself. I do have a container of Epsom salts with some lavender essential oil upstairs, all mixed in, that I add to my kids' baths as well. And they seem to really, really like it. And like I said, there are so many wonderful different ways that you can use it topically. Now, when you're using topically, as part of topically, dilution of the essential oil is really, really important. So if you're, like I said, if you're familiar with essential oils, you probably have heard of dilution. So when it comes to using essential oils topically, dilution, one of the most important principles to understand to maximize the benefits and the safety of the usage of essential oils. So dilution is when you take an essential oil and you mix it with a carrier oil. But what are carrier oils? So a lot of people are like, where do I get a carrier oil? So a carrier oil is an oil that literally carries the essential oils to the desired area of the skin. So they dilute the potency of an essential oil, but also increase the absorption into the skin, which makes the essential oil more effective. Research suggests that when you use an essential oil without a carrier oil, only about 4% of it gets absorbed. But if you use it with a carrier oil, 10% of it is absorbed, which is a huge difference, big, big difference. So basically, when you apply essential oil with a carrier oil, it won't evaporate as quickly. So that's one thing to keep in mind as well. What kinds of carrier oils can you use? So normal carrier oils are like things like avocado oil, sweet almond oil, apricot. The most common one that people use as a carrier oil is a fractionated coconut oil. So you can buy fractionated coconut oil in a liquid format. You can buy it at any health food store. Costco also sells them as well. The great thing about using a coconut, like a fractionated coconut oil, over the rest of the oils that I mentioned, it has great shelf life. And it feels very light. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It feels really silky. And it provides good absorption, and it's odorless, so it doesn't really smell. It doesn't smell at all. General dilution guidelines. So this is really, really important. How should you dilute an essential oil? So generally, when you're diluting an essential oil, you will dilute 1 drop of an essential oil to 3 drops of a carrier oil. So there are, like I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of potent, very, very potent essential oils. And these would be such oils as cassia, cinnamon, clove, cumin, geranium, lemongrass, oregano are really, really potent essential oils, and thyme. They should always, without a doubt, be diluted before any topical use, and may require actually more carrier oil because of the potency of those particular oils. So when diluting, it's always a good practice to adjust your dilution ratio according to your body, your size, your age, and your health. So for example, when essential oils are being used on babies and young children and the elderly individuals, or anyone with extra sensitivity, they would require more of a dilution as opposed to a normal adult like you and I. So here's a tip. If you're thinking you're going to use a specific essential oil a lot, for instance, it's really convenient to pre-dilute the essential oil in like a 10 ml roller ball. So these would be like a 10 ml roller ball. You can buy a lot of the essential oils from doTERRA in 10 ml pre-diluted roller balls already, but you can also make your own. So you can buy the oil and you can buy 10 ml roller balls right off of Amazon. Great and convenient. I carry them all the time. So general use would be 8 to 20 drops of essential oils per 10 ml roller ball. And then you fill the rest with a fractionated coconut oil. And then you just give it a shake and away you go. So like I said earlier, essential oils can be really sensitive to certain people and sensitive to their skin. So when you're applying essential oil for the first time, I would always suggest and recommend performing a sensitivity test to see how your skin reacts. You can do this by applying like a little small dab of essential oil mixed in with carrier oil to an area of your skin that kind of doesn't really show. So maybe like the top parts of your legs. Continue to check that area for each hour for a few hours to make sure that there's no irritation that has occurred. And then you can kind of continue on there. Something you should know though, too, if you have sensitive skin or skin conditions like eczema and certain things like that, you may be a little bit more sensitive to topical application. So you could also be more sensitive if you have a compromised immune system, for example, like food or seasonal allergies, autoimmune disorders. If you have any doubts about how you react to a certain essential oil, it's always good to perform that sensitivity test and talk to your healthcare provider about that. Babies, of course, a lot of people are always curious and ask me about babies. So babies have more sensitive skin than adults. Their outer layer of their skin is up to 5 times thinner than an adult's. So it is made up of smaller cells. So this means a baby's skin will absorb these substances into their bodies more easily and more quickly. So essential oils can have many benefits for young children. I use it on my own kids, and I know a lot of people who do, but you just want to keep their skin sensitivity in mind. So when applying essential oil topically to a baby's skin, you'll want to use less essential oil, more carrier oil than you would normally use on yourself as an adult. So that's a couple of things to keep in mind. Taking, again, precautions when it comes to sensitivity. Like I say, if you have the skin is not only affected by age or by health concerns, it's also more sensitive in different areas of your body. We always say the best practices for enjoying the benefits of essential oils is topically. But again, we always say, always speak to your healthcare provider if you have any questions before taking essential oils, or if you're on any medications and you're not sure, then always speak to your healthcare provider that way. The next benefits are, the last one is taking it internally. So which oils are safe to ingest? So before you take essential oils internally, it's important to understand that not all oils are ingestible, just as some plants aren't safe to ingest. So this is why it's a good idea to check the label of your essential oil bottle to determine the guidelines for eternal use. And I will tell you, when we are talking about eternal and when I'm talking about taking it in, I can only vouch for doTERRA essential oils. So if you do have any other essential oils besides doTERRA in your home, definitely check the company's guidelines regarding that. I can only vouch for doTERRA's. I cannot vouch for any other companies. So essential oils considered safe for ingestion. There's a huge list, and I can send that list to you if you're ever curious about that list. One of the ways that I take them internally, I always put lemon in my water. Love lemon. Love lemon in my water. So what are the benefits? So research has shown the internal use of essential oils offers unique effects that the other methods do not. For example, essential oils can be used internally for the following benefits: promote healthy cell function, gastrointestinal health, maintain immunity, healthy immune function, support respiratory system function, provide antioxidant support, assist with healthy cardiovascular system function, calm the nervous system, and aid in the body's natural cleansing activities. Like I said, I always like to add a couple of drops of lemon to my water throughout the day. So examples of internal use. So ingesting oils, are they really safe? And I know this is a common question that you might have heard a lot. Is it safe to ingest essential oils? And there's been some confusion on this, so I kind of want to clear it up a little bit. So the truth is, humans have been ingesting aromatic modules since the beginning, from way back. So even when we consume like citrus fruit or juices, carrots, some baked goods, and a variety of beverages, you're actually ingesting a little bit of the essential oils already internally, and you may not even know it. So like I said earlier, 2 different ways that you can take it internally. You can add 1 to 2 drops to a glass of water. Make sure that it is in a glass or a metal container, never plastic. Never take out a plastic water bottle and add essential oils to it, because the essential oil, because of its potency, will break down the plastic, and then the stuff from the plastic will leak into your water. Add a few drops to an empty veggie capsule. And these are like little capsules you can buy in the health food store, and you can open them up and then you can add drops that way. You can place a drop or 2 directly under your tongue, or you can add a drop to your morning smoothie. So a lot of people make smoothies. You can mix 1 to 2 drops in almond milk, rice milk, coconut milk, or just natural honey. And a lot of people, for example, add a drop to their favorite food dishes or baked goods. So like I've added 1 drop of peppermint to my brownies before. A lot of people will add a toothpick dipped in the oregano because it's so potent. And we'll take that toothpick and swish it around some homemade spaghetti sauce that they've made to add that oregano smell into it. While some oils shouldn't be taken internally, and these are oils like wintergreen, deep blue. Again, there are plenty that can be safe to consume while you're doing that. How much? And this is another question. How much essential oils should I ingest? So guidelines for internal use. So generally speaking, you should start with the smallest amount possible, which is like 1 to 2 drops, which is what I would add to my big water bottle daily. Typically no more than 20 drops of essential oils should be consumed internally within 24 hours. But this maximum can be lowered or higher, again, based on age, size, the health of the individual, desired benefit, and the oil itself. It's usually safe to take 1 to 2 drops every 4 to 6 hours as needed. If you're going to use essential oils consistently for more than a couple of weeks, lower amounts, I would suggest probably 1 to 3 drops would be suggested that way. Now, the fun part, I wish you guys were all here so you can smell it all. But I'm going to get into the top 10 essential oils that I always recommend for every family. So the top 10 oils can be purchased in a kit. doTERRA does have kits that they put together based on what they feel would work for your family. You can also customize kits as well. You can choose 1 oil or you can choose 10. You can choose basically wherever you want to start. But I want to explain each individual of the top 10, and then I'm going to introduce you to 2 extra oils that you can add as well to that. So the first essential oil that I want to introduce to you is the very first essential oil that I got introduced to. And that was lavender essential oil. And lavender essential oil is extracted from the flower, the stem, and leaf of a lavender plant. It is sourced. Like I was telling you earlier, I was going to talk to you that it's really, really important to know where your essential oils are sourced and that they are coming from the places and the plants that are growing in their own environment. So lavender is actually sourced from Bulgaria and from France. Now, you're probably wondering, why lavender essential oil? So lavender essential oil can be characterized as a soothing and a calming oil. If you've ever smelled lavender, it's exactly what it smells like, is lavender. It can soothe the skin, ease feelings of tension, or create a really relaxing atmosphere before going to sleep. I call lavender the on-to-go oil. So like I said, it soothes occasional skin irritations, rejuvenates the skin, promotes restful sleep. So I will put drops in my kids' diffusers at night, and they will have lavender in their diffusers in their bedroom. Creates a calming and relaxing atmosphere, eases feelings of tension, improves the ability to cope with stress because it has that calming ability, and alleviates any minor discomforts when you're combining it with any other oils as well. So, suggestions of uses to promote a restful sleep. I would add, you can add a few drops of lavender to your pillows, your bedding, or at the bottoms of your feet at bedtime. Occasional skin irritations by keeping lavender on hand. Usually I would mix it with a carrier oil and just kind of, or put it in a roller ball and put it over my skin irritation. You can freshen your linen closet, your mattress, your car, or the air around by combining lavender into a spray bottle with water. Again, or you can diffuse 5 to 6 drops to unwind at the end of the day. So lavender, if you've ever smelled it, it's amazing. It has really, really that calming. And that is the first essential oil that I got introduced to, and I always have it on hand. The next one that I love, and like I just mentioned, is lemon. I do believe this is one of the most products that gets bought as well is lemon. It is a wonderful, popular, very, very popular essential oil for many people because it has so many different incredible properties that come with it. So if you were to open up the bottle of lemon, it smells just like lemon. And how is a lemon essential oil made? So a lot of people have said, okay, you add lemon essential oil to your water. Why don't you just add a real lemon? Well, the lemon oil is actually created by the cold pressing at the peel of the fruit. It's a little bit different than if you were to put like lemon juice or an actual lemon in your water. Lemon essential oil actually comes from the peel of the lemon. And it produces that nice, clean, fresh, and bright. And it's a citrus fruit. Where is it grown? So it comes from Italy and Brazil. And we call lemon, what we call it is our cleaning oil. So with cleaning oil, like I said, it has that nice, fresh aroma that cleanses and purifies the air, but it can also clean surfaces as well. It aids in detoxification, supports digestive system, cleanses the mouth and the teeth, supports healthy immune responses. And how do you use lemon? Well, because it's a citrusy oil, of course, like I mentioned earlier when we were talking about applying topically, it's best to avoid sunlight and UV rays if you're applying it topically for at least 12 to 18 hours, I'm going to say. If you want to add 1 to 3 drops to your water in the morning for like a nice antioxidant support and a gentle internal cleanse. So if you wake up first thing in the morning, grab a glass of water, add 1 to 2 drops of lemon, drink it down. Lemon is fantastic for non-toxic household cleaning. So whether you can use it on stickers that are stuck on thing. I've seen whiteboards. Teachers who use essential oils in their classroom have whiteboards, and you know how difficult it is on a whiteboard when, even though you're erasing it, but not all the markers come off. This is where lemon essential oil will come in. Put a few drops on your whiteboard, wipe completely, almost like a brand new whiteboard. You can place 2 to 3 drops, 1 to 2 drops, maybe in a mug of honey with warm water, or a homemade tea to actually help soothe the throat. So if you have an irritation in your throat, you can apply to a spray bottle of water to clean any surfaces, or mix a few drops with baking soda to scrub any dirty pots and pans. And again, the uses are endless when it comes to essential oils. Peppermint, another fan favorite of mine. Peppermint is a major crowd pleaser. And I actually used peppermint today when I came home from the bank because I had a little bit of a tension in my head after being at the bank all day. It was a very stressful day, being a Monday. So peppermint, again, is sourced from the northwestern United States. And it's steam distilled the entire peppermint plant. Um, the peppermint essential oil is 20 to 60% menthol, which contributes to its cooling effect and boosts its cleansing properties. Promotes healthy respiratory function, clear breathing, aids in digestion, cools down the body topically, and actually repels bugs. So, yeah, it's a great bug repeller. Peppermint can be used, like I said, to relieve occasional head tension. You can put a drop in your palm, rub your hands together, cup them over your nose, and breathe in as an excellent pick me up. So I know a lot of people will use peppermint in the mid afternoon when they're like, oh my goodness, I just need to pick me up. Instead of another cup of coffee, you can use peppermint. You can diffuse several drops to promote an environment of alertness and mental clarity. You can actually put a couple of drops on a felt glued to a paper clip to put on your car vent if you're going on a long drive. Great way to do that as well. You can place a drop on your toothbrush to freshen your breath and support oral hygiene. Again, there are so many different ways you can use peppermint. Another great way is for to reduce occasional nausea. So we carry peppermint with us as well especially when you're on those long car rides and you're not feeling so great and that nausea is coming on. That's if you were just to open and smell the bottle of peppermint, especially going on roller coaster rides now that it's becoming summer. I don't know how much summer we're going to get with COVID, but we'll see. So that is peppermint. The next one that I want to talk to you about is oregano. So oregano, I have oregano tonight in a roller ball. I love oregano. It also comes in an essential oil format as well. I like it already pre-diluted, so I purchase it already pre-diluted from doTERRA. Comes in a 10 ml roller ball with oregano. And again, there are so many. I call oregano the superstar for the immune system. It is fantastic. You probably never knew that before, but oregano can help with your immune system. It does have a really strong aroma, and some people just don't like using it. So it is steam distilled from the leaves of the oregano plant, and it is sourced from Turkey and Kenya. What are the benefits? Like I mentioned, it supports a healthy immune system, digestive, respiratory function, acts as a powerful antioxidant, and supports a healthy inflammatory response. So when it comes to oregano, you can add 1 to 2 drops in a veggie capsule to help support that healthy immune. A lot of people will use oregano in a lot of their dishes that they make at home. So they can add 1 to 2 drops in a veggie capsule, or they can add a toothpick amount. And the reason why we say a toothpick amount and not a drop when you're doing your dishes is because oregano is really, really potent and really, really strong. So trust me, if you were to put a drop in, you're probably going to regret putting that drop in because it's going to be really powerful. So if you just dip a toothpick in the essential oil bottle, take it out, and just kind of stir it around your spaghetti sauce or the sauce that you use for your pizza, or maybe on your roast, it can be replaced in place of dried oregano. So if you use dry oregano in your recipes, you can actually use oregano essential oil. A lot of people will add 1 drop to a glass of salt water and gargle the mixture to actually help with to soothe an irritated sore throat as well. You can use 1 to 2 drops, again, in a cup of about a half a cup maybe of Epsom salts. Mix it with warm water. Great for a foot soak, especially if you've been on your feet all day. So that is oregano. The next one that I want to talk to you about is frankincense. And I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with frankincense. Frankincense is known as our king of oils, essential oils. It comes from the resin of the boswellia tree. And if you know where that is, usually you will find that in multiple locations, but usually it's kind of grown best in smaller land. Ethiopia, and Oman. The tree itself is native to northern Africa region as well. So the benefits of frankincense oil. As the king of oils, frankincense can give you the royal treatment that you deserve. So inside and outside for yourself. It supports healthy cellular function, promotes a relaxing environment, improves the appearance of skin, supports healthy immune, nervous, and digestive system. So with frankincense, it's an oil that you can use in so many different ways, and it's very easy to experience the benefits of it in just your everyday life. So you can diffuse several drops to promote a relaxing atmosphere. So I've heard a lot of people or a lot of churches or temples or mosques using frankincense to promote that nice relaxing atmosphere, especially during their prayer times. You can also take 2 to 3 drops in a veggie capsule to support the immune system, apply topically to reduce the appearance of skin imperfections. So I use frankincense as well in my skin moisturizer to go on my face. You can apply 1 to 2 drops to the bottoms of your feet to promote feelings of relaxation. Diffuse several drops in a diffuser to promote meditation if you do a lot of yoga and things like that. So again, many, many, many different ways for frankincense. That's why it's called our king of oils. The next one that I want to introduce you to is probably one that you're already familiar with. It's called tea tree, or another name for it is melaleuca. Tea tree essential oil, which is what we call it in Canada, melaleuca is called in the US, is a purifying powerhouse. And you probably have heard maybe your grandparents talking about melaleuca and how they used to use it in home recipes with the benefits for skin and hair, plus the properties to make it effective as a household cleaner as well. So tea tree is always an oil you're always going to keep on hand. And so with the tea tree oil, again, it is made by distilling the leaves of a melaleuca tree to produce that green aroma. So doTERRA sources the tea tree essential oil from Kenya, and its native place is Australia. Why Australia and Kenya? So 2 of those places, Australia and Kenya. So why do they source it from 2 places? So the tea tree plant is native to Australia, so it thrives in sunny conditions and very, very moist soil. Parts of Kenya have growing conditions similar to Australia, so making it another optimal place for the tea tree to flourish. I always have this one on hand as well. So the benefits of the tea tree essential oil, again, cleanses and rejuvenates the skin, helps purify and freshen the air, soothes irritated skin. What are different ways that you can use tea tree essential oil? So you can combine it with water and some white vinegar, and you can use it on surfaces to protect against any environmental threats. You can actually make your own DIY lice protective spray. You might see that very, very common. A lot of people posting recipes and DIY recipes using melaleuca or tea tree and their kids' hair before they go to school or start school to help prevent. You can combine 2 drops in your shampoo when washing your hair to provide your scalp a very, very healthy scalp. You can apply tea tree to your fingernails, your toenails after showering to purify the nails and keep them healthy looking. For occasional skin irritations, this is probably, you've heard of this one before, you can apply 1 to 2 diluted drops to the affected area. So I have used tea tree, and I will talk about the other oil on guard. I have personally used it on warts, plantar's warts as well. You can also clean your washing machine with it. So you can apply 10 drops with a cup of white vinegar to your detergent dispenser. You can run the cycle, and then followed by another cycle of another half a cup of baking soda and 15 drops of tea tree to actually clean that front loader cycle out without using any of those chemical cleaners that you use. So that is tea tree, one that you're going to definitely want to have on hand. My favorite, and the one that we are talking about the most right now, is the On Guard Protective Blend. So if you want something to support your immune system and help prevent against environmental threats, I would look no further than the On Guard Protective Blend. And I love it. It has that warm, spicy, woody smell to it. And I use it for everything in my house. So On Guard is a blend. It includes some of the most powerful immune supporting essential oils like wild orange, cloves, cinnamon, eucalyptus, rosemary, and they all lend a hand in supporting the benefits for the On Guard. Again, supports healthy immune and respiratory function, protects against environmental threats, supports the body's natural antioxidant defenses, promotes healthy circulation, energizing and uplifting aroma, and cleanses surfaces. Suggested uses for On Guards, again, multiple uses. Many different purposes. You can add 2 to 3 drops to a veggie capsule and take it internally to consume for an immune boost. Diffuse 3 to 5 drops to cleanse and purify the air in your home. I have used it to soak sliced apples in water and add a few drops for a healthy immune boosting snack. Kids really love that. Mix some drops in with some water and some white vinegar. You can have an all-purpose cleaner. Rub 1 to 2 drops diluted with fractionated coconut oil to the bottoms of your feet during the winter months for some seasonal support. So this is where I talked about oregano. I always add oregano and On Guard to the bottoms of my feet during the winter months, diluted, going through and making sure that I have that seasonal support because I do run a home daycare. So as we all know, I call this my powerhouse duo to have 2 of these back to back. You can mix 1 drop and a tablespoon of honey to actually take to soothe a throat as well. So On Guard, another great staple to have in your family home. The next one is called doTERRA Breathe. Easy Air. I have that one upstairs in my room. Forgot to bring it down. I'm sorry. So Easy Air or Breathe, it includes oils such as eucalyptus, peppermint, tea tree, lemon, or stavia. These ingredients work together to create the blend you know and absolutely love. And I love the smell of it. Whenever you need a breath of fresh air, I always breathe in like Easy Air or Breathe. Promotes a sense of clear airways, easy breathing, promotes a restful night's sleep, and helps minimize the effects of seasonal threats as well. Sorry, I'm just going to take some water. Even though this is one product that you cannot ingest, there are many different ways to enjoy its benefits aromatically and topically. So for us, for Breathe and Easy Air, we love using it in a diffuser, like I said, to minimize the effects of the seasonal threats when we're going through like our those type of seasons. You can apply it to the chest with some fractionated coconut oil to minimize those effects of the seasonal threats. Diffuse 3 to 4 drops at night to promote a sense of opening up your airways and a restful environment. Or you can just diffuse 3 to 5 drops when seasonal environmental threats are high, like during the winter season. You can also place, like I did with the peppermint, 1 to 2 drops in the palms of your hands. Rub your hands together and then cup your hands over your nose and your mouth. Breathe in deeply to actually promote that feeling of clear airways. If you love to exercise, before you do any type of exercise or workout or running or walking, apply 1 to 2 drops diluted with coconut oil to promote a sense of easy breathing when you're going through that. You can also add 3 to 4 to 5 drops to like a little cotton ball, put it in the underneath the driver's seat of your car to help, freshen up the environment. So that is Breathe. The next one I love to have and suggest is Digest Zen or Zengest. So if you're used to dealing with any unpleasantries like stomach upset, bloating, and you know how miserable that can be on everyday life, because I know that It's very uncomfortable. This is where Zengest or Digest Zen, digestive blend, will come into play for people who are looking for a natural solution to these discomforts. So this one, again, the benefit supports healthy digestion, soothes occasional stomach upset, helps reduce bloating, gas, occasional indigestion, aids healthy metabolism, eases occasional motion sickness. Suggested uses you can use for Digest Zen. You can rub 1 to 2 drops of diluted into the abdominal, going in a clockwise circular motion for a calming aroma. Take 1 to 2 drops in a veggie capsule before traveling to minimize any motion sickness. Add 1 to 2 drops to tea or to water and consume before like having a big meal, like going to a big restaurant, to help promote healthy digestion and metabolism. You can also take 1 to 3 drops in a veggie capsule to maintain a healthy gastrointestinal tract as well. If you're trying any new foods and you're kind of unsure how your stomach's going to be, you can also take this as well, and kind of go that way. So that's Zengest or Digest Zen is what they call it in the US. We only have 3 oils. Well, the last oil that I want to talk to you about in our top 10. And then I will give you some actual oils. Let's see. So this one is called Deep Blue. And I use Deep Blue. Deep Blue comes in a 5 ml bottle, but it also comes in a rub as well, which I will explain. So Deep Blue is a soothing blend. So when your body is tired, when you add physical exercise to your routine, sometimes you need a little comfort, and that's where Deep Blue essential oil will come into play. The benefits of Deep Blue is formulated to soothe and cool and enrich oils in the Deep Blue blend, which is perfect for any comforting massage. So I like to, for instance, apply Deep Blue topically, especially when I'm going for a massage or I'm done my workout, when my muscles are sore. This is where Deep Blue comes into play. Excuse me. You can dilute with fractionated coconut oil and apply it to like your limbs, your joints before or after any exercise. You can use it as part of a soothing massage after a long day. Like I said, mentioned earlier, Deep Blue also comes in like a Deep Blue, like a rub, like a tube. And you can use that as well to rub like on your limbs, your wrists, your shoulders, your neck. After a long day, like of working or wherever you may feel sore as well. I have used Deep Blue Rub as well, or diluted Deep Blue for my kids' legs, like when they were going through like their growing pains before bed. You can massage if you know that you're going to be walking a lot. Or after a long day of standing, that's where Deep Blue will come into play. Massage it at the bottoms of your feet to kind of give you that as well. That's Deep Blue. That is our last 10. And I know I only have a couple minutes left, so I'm just going to briefly give you some bonus oils that I highly recommend that you add as well. And 2 of these oils are called Copaiba and Adaptive Calming Blend. So Copaiba comes from Brazil. It's sourced in Brazil, and I call it the powerful antioxidant. So it's calming, it's soothing to the nervous system. I used Copaiba a lot when I was going through some issues with my back. So it promotes clear and rejuvenating the skin, supports healthy inflammatory response. And what I like about the Copaiba is it grows in the tropical South America, so especially along the Amazon River in Brazil. And the Amazon rainforest is where you will find that we source this essential oil. I love Copaiba and how I use it. I love diffusing it at night. So I love using to help promote a restful night's sleep. I always use some drops of Copaiba, some drops of Serenity, and some drops of cedarwood. So it's almost like a little woody oil. It's got like that spice woody aroma to it. It promotes like that sense of calmingness, and again, great for rejuvenating the skin and supports the healthy inflammatory response. So sometimes if I'm having some issues with inflammatory in my lower back, I will take frankincense and copaiba and mix it together as a do-a-house. So this would be a bonus. This would be a bonus that I would add as well to that one. The last bonus that I would add as well, which is brand new to doTERRA, is called Adaptive Calming Blend. This has been fantastic. Adaptive oil is one that you're going to want to have on hand for all the stressful moments of life. That is currently what I'm diffusing in my diffuser behind me right now. Just have one of those days at work, and you want to use it on days when you have a lot going on. And I'm sure a lot of us right now are having those types of days with everything that's going on. Diffusing it as well when you're worried about getting through everything. So use it when you want something to help you feel comfortable with changing circumstances and situations. So what is adaptive oil? Adaptive, it has wild orange, lavender, copaiba, spearmint, magnolia, rosemary, neroli, and sweet gum. They all come together in this blend to make this sweet, citrusy, floral blend that's ideal for aromatic and topical use only. Again, not internal. And like I said, I have it diffusing behind me. Adaptive is a powerful blend designed to create a peaceful and uplifting environment. So I find that it provides such a tranquility and relaxing aroma. Ever since I started diffusing this before we started the class, I already feel that nice relaxation about the whole situation. And it kind of complements and promotes a nice, effective workday. And if you're a college student, for studying. So how do you use or suggested uses for adaptive? Diffuse 3 to 4 drops in a diffuser of your choice to promote a centered and calm mindset. You can soak in a relaxing bath by adding 3 to 4 drops in Epsom salt and mixing with your bath water. Apply 1 drop to your hands, rub together, inhale deeply as needed throughout the day. You can mix 3 to 4 drops of fractionated coconut oil for soothing massage. You can apply it to your shoulders, your neck, when you're around any new surroundings. You can apply a drop to your wrist or the base of like your skull when navigating through stressful situations in life. You can also dilute 2 drops or maybe like 2 to 4 drops. Mix it with fractionated coconut oil, massage over your heart for a day filled with uplift of smiles. So that is the last essential oil that I wanted to introduce to you tonight. I know that I've kind of gone over our time a little bit, but not too long. So I hope that I've kind of given you getting to know the basics of essential oils, the top 10 that way. And I know that you probably have so many questions for me. And like I said, you can ask those questions in the comments or you can message me privately. And you're probably wondering how to get these essential oils into your home. So of course, there are 2 ways to purchase, and I don't want to spend too long on this because the purpose of this class is just for free information that you can share and you can invite your friends to. But if you are curious on how to get these essential oils into your home, there are 2 different ways you can purchase it through retail. So if you want like 1 or 2 oils, this is the way, and you just want to try it and see how well it is, it'll be full price through retail. The most common way that people purchase essential oils, like myself and everybody out there, they have a wholesale membership. So it's very simple. It's kind of similar to Costco. If you have a Costco, it has a membership fee and wholesale pricing throughout the year. So our wholesale price is $42 for the first year, and you get 25% off all essential oil products that doTERRA sales. So there's 2 approaches to this. So the first approach, like I talked to you earlier, is first you want to, what is your health priority? What is your health priority in your family right now, or even yourself? And as that product runs out in your home, so if you're focusing on like a cleaner that's in your home, like a bathroom cleaner, as that product runs out, be prepared to replace it. And what do you want to replace that with? So that kind of goes hand in hand with that. So that's pretty much it for our essential oil 101, getting to know the basis. Thanks for joining me tonight, and thanks for joining us. I will be doing another class on Wednesday, but I'm also looking for people who would love to host their own classes, and I will be doing a class just like this. So if you are interested, or you know of someone that would be interested in hosting their own virtual class just like this, I would create a private group for you and your friends, just like I did tonight. And I want to give you that opportunity to share. And I will do all the sharing with you. I will do the live in that group, introduce everything that I've done tonight with you and your friends. So if anybody wants to book a class from tonight, you will receive a free gift from me. So whether you're in the mail or you're local, once you book that free class, I will get that private group started, and you can invite your friends, and I will get that free gift out to you just by booking that class with me tonight. And as I close, before we end, I want to briefly mention why I got into this. So I'm so grateful for your time and your attendance here this evening. I recognize that people, it's harder to do a virtual class, and it's easier to kind of come and smell the oils yourself and the reasons. And the amount of info shared tonight can be very, very overwhelming. So regardless of what the different reasons are, you want to do, or what the reasons are, what you want to do with this info tonight, I am so glad that you joined me here in the virtual. And I'm so glad that I was able to share that with you. And I know that you're busy, and I know that it takes time to come on and spend this time with me. So I've glad, and I hope that this has kind of opened up a new way of thinking for you into the world of essential oils. And I know that some of you are joining me and you're ready to make a change. And then there's some of you that are still not quite sure, and you still have some questions. And so if you're feeling tired, if you're tired of being blah, if you're tired of being sick, you're not living optimally, I'm excited to help you get started. I'm really, really excited. And I am here for you all the way. I'm not just going to say, okay, here's your oils, you're done. I am here to support you. I am your support group, and I am here to answer you any questions that you have. I look excited to talking to you. If you're in a hurry, no worries. If you are not ready to get started, that's okay. And you still have questions for me, I will answer that for you. And I would love to get you started on this track as well. So you're all going to receive a private message from me once we are done this class over the next few days, asking you if you have any questions from the class that you attended tonight. And if you're open to hosting your own class with your friends and your family as well, virtual. And that's pretty much it. I'm so glad that you're able to join us. Thank you for joining us tonight. And thank you for taking the time. And I hope you reach out soon. And that's it. If you have any questions, certainly reach out. I am available through Messenger on Facebook. I'm available through Instagram. You can also text me as well. My phone number is 519-495-6790. I hope you have a great evening, and off to bed I go because I got another busy day at the bank tomorrow. So have a great night, guys.